Mic check, man. What they do is your boy TJ Too Smooth, Trader One. And listen, man, interesting things going on in America right now. We got Donald Trump. He has been inaugurated. He has sworn in to his presidency here in the United States in 2025. And one of the interesting things is he signed an executive order about something to do with TikTok. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to be honest. I've been on TikTok for a long time, but I never actually held much weight to TikTok. Me personally, I've never held much weight to TikTok. There are some people who have made a lot of money on TikTok. They've had TikTok shops. They get paid through the content. So a lot of people are banking on TikTok as like their source of income. And there's been an uproar about it. I mean, people have been crying. I don't know if y'all have seen these videos of people crying over TikTok being banned. And that right there is the whole preface of this video. See, people say that TikTok was being banned. And of course, it was supposed to be banned. And you know that, and I know that. But President Donald Trump signs an executive order saying that TikTok is no longer banned. No longer banned. And the word is that he was going to give a 90-day extension. Because if you don't know, TikTok is supposed to be selling, if not the whole app, the majority share of it, the lion's share of it, to an American buyer. Why are they selling to an American buyer? Why does America want that? Because this Chinese-owned app has and harbors millions upon billions of megabytes of data of the American people. And America says, you know what, if you're going to operate in America, we need stake in this company. Also, it's been said and proven that the American algorithm is not the same as the Chinese algorithm. The Chinese TikTok algorithm showcases a lot more educational content. It showcases their people in a good light, whereas TikTok over here in America was just certified brain rot. Okay, so America had a problem with that. Donald Trump had a problem with that, and in 2020 he said, "Hey, we need to get rid of this app." Joe Biden signs off on that, and now Trump comes back in and says, hold on, maybe we need to save it. Let's check it out. Let's see what this news report has to say about it.
President-elect Trump says he intends to issue that executive order to prevent the TikTok ban from taking place. Of course, a lot of users were surprised to get those notifications over the weekend saying that the service was not available, only to find out a couple of hours later that service was restored. TikTok.
Yes, I don't know if you all paid attention or if you all were tuned into the app at all at this time, but TikTok was turned off for a short while, and then with just a few hours, it was right back up.
TikTok putting out a statement thanking, quote, the efforts of later that service was restored. TikTok putting out a statement thanking, quote, the efforts of President Trump. And of course, the president-elect has said that this executive order would basically extend the period of time before the law's prohibitions take place. And so, as you mentioned, of course, that law passed by Congress just last year that would require TikTok to be sold off by its Chinese parent company ByteDance in order to keep operating. Now, the president-elect says that he prefers.
So you see that? So the executive order has extended the time frame for them to find an American buyer. Now, how long does it say? Like the general consensus, basically what everyone is saying on the internet is that it's 90 days. That's what everyone's saying. But this news report did not say 90 days. So how long does TikTok really have before they have to, find an American buyer, or it's ixnay on the TikTok snay? I don't know. Apparently it's 90 days, but maybe they'll say more. I don't know.
To see some type of joint venture where a U.S. entity would get a 50 that he needs asked by Congress just last year that would require TikTok to be sold off by its Chinese parent company ByteDance in order to keep operating. Now, the president-elect says that he prefers to see some type of joint venture where a U.S. entity would get a 50% ownership stake in some potential deal. But that.
Okay, so basically what Donald Trump says is if you want to operate here in America, we need 50% of your company. 50% of your earnings need to go to the American people. It needs to go to an American company to boost the American economy, right? So that means that 50% of your TikTok dollars need to be allocated to the US, right? And I like that. I like that idea because, hey, basically right now, China is taking 100% of the profit off of TikTok, and it's basically using American people as a workhorse. All of the creativity that American people, whether it's Black people doing the dances, whether it's white women in their stories, whether it's Asian culture and their delicious foods, whatever it is, if they're an American-based TikToker and they're pushing it onto that app, all of the profit that comes from that, the profit from all the advertising dollars goes to a Chinese-based company. And Donald Trump said, we need a joint venture. We need 50%. What do y'all think? Is Donald Trump overreacting? I don't think so.
Remains to be seen. In the meantime, there are a number of congressional Republicans who believe that the law should stand as is, particularly because Congress passed it. It's been upheld by the Supreme Court, but the president-elect is still moving forward today with that executive order. And
I think he's moving forward with it because he wants a piece of the pie himself. Most likely Donald Trump has some sort of an idea of who he would like to buy TikTok. And that person knows Donald Trump. That company knows Donald Trump. Donald Trump has stake in that. He's got some blood in the water. He's got some skin in the game. That's why he's extending it.
Worth noting that TikTok CEO Shou Chew is expected to be here for the inauguration, Nora.
Nicole Killion, thank you. We're going to keep talking about these executive orders, but I just have to pause for a moment because Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton has issued a very stern warning after this and has said that any company that hosts, distributes services, or otherwise facilitates the communist-controlled TikTok could face hundreds of billions of dollars of ruinous liability under the law. So we see.
Wow. You see that? So Congressman says, hey, listen, whatever U.S. company is looking to buy TikTok, you missed the date and you missed the mark. We're going to charge you hundreds of millions of dollars if you indulge in this company because it's a communist company. It's a Chinese-owned company. So if you're in bed with this company, you will be charged for that. Woo! America is holding some strong opinions in 2025, some strong standpoints here in 2025.
Someone who is clearly in the MAGA camp, rebuking those companies, warning them that they should not put TikTok back up. And at the same time, there are a lot of concerns out there as well about what does this mean if a president can, with the stroke of a pen, undo what has been passed by a bipartisan Congress and upheld by the Supreme Court. I may ask Senator Blunt about that.
I think that circumstance, it could be a huge problem. I wasn't in the Senate the last 2 years, so I haven't read the law carefully. I heard yesterday that if there is a viable purchase in place, the president has some power under the law to suspend the law. Otherwise, I don't know how you suspend the law. It's passed by the Congress, signed by the president, the law of the country, though there may be this viable purchase option, and maybe he decides there is one.
But Tom Cotton's position, who is the head of the...
So basically, okay, so if there was a viable purchase in progress, then the president has the right to say, hey, we're extending it. But apparently there is not a viable purchase in progress. And I guess the president can decide whether or not there is. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is what I do know. If TikTok does not find a buyer, they will be ended, dissolved, canceled, removed from the American people's phones. They'll be banned. And honestly, they started up and running again, but they removed the app from the App Store. So if you deleted the app from your phone, you can't go download it again. You can't download it right now if you deleted it. But if you still have the app, then you can operate on the app, being that you already downloaded it. You see that? So there's like a gate that's keeping TikTok from like gaining new users here in America right now. So I don't know, man. What do you think about it? Comment down below. Let's hear a little bit more from this news story, because this is actually pretty interesting if you ask me.
Senate Intel Committee is that law would mean that 90-day extension would have been required to have viable and significant progress on a deal prior to January 19th. And that's where the stickiness is now. We're now past that, and he's trying to invoke a 90-day extension, also saying he wants a joint venture with the government of China, which I believe is not legal, but maybe trying to gesture to what China does.
I sat by Tom Cotton for 4 years on the Intel Committee. He's not to be trifled with.
Senator, he's definitely a hawk.
Can I ask you a question, Senator, about these executive orders more broadly? It's the theme of the day. It's certainly the theme of the beginning of the Trump administration. Mike Lee once said about executive orders, the president is not a king. There was a period where Republican senators.
Okay, all right. So now we're getting in a little bit deeper of a political argument, whether or not the president has the power to do this or not. That's not what this video is about. The video is about TikTok being extended. So at the end of the day, y'all, TikTok is back right now, but is it here to stay? Is TikTok here to stay, or are they going to be banned within this 90-day window? People are still making money on the app. People are still pushing stuff on the TikTok shop. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. I personally believe that TikTok needs to sell to an American buyer so that America can get some money off of this app. We're allowing a Chinese-owned company to make money on American soil by American people, taking the American dollar, and we're not getting anything from it. They're probably paying a hosting fee for the app to be on iCloud or to be on the Google Play Store, but they are not paying anything directly to an American-owned company, when I believe they should. What do you think? Comment down below. Let me know. It's your boy TJ2 Smooth Trader One, and we're going to see y'all in the next one. Gone.